Life is pretty crazy at the best of times, but what about if there was a way to slow down the chaos? That's what I've been trying to maximize. The art of slow maxing. Obviously there's no magic spell you can cast to freeze time, but there are some simple tips and tricks to make life feel slow. A good way to truly understand it all is to first define a few things, like a flow state, a state of consciousness where you are completely immersed in an activity. You are essentially losing sense of time because of how much fun you are having, or how much concentration you are putting into that thing. A lot of time can be spent within this, and that's perfectly okay. Finding something where you can flow is one of the most beautiful things. If you can pinpoint something you feel a flow state in, you should definitely chase that as your passion. I think another one that pulls time in all directions is distractions, multitasking, fragmented attention. This is simply being overwhelmed with the task ahead, so you choose to distract yourself digitally with reels or movies and shows. Or you may think you need to get ahead and start banging out multiple tasks at once. Divided attention is divided focus, which gives you divided results. I could be breaking down these matters all video, but I'll just get to the bread and butter of the tips and tricks I've been doing to help slow down time for myself and to appreciate the life I'm living. The first one is returning to pen and paper. Something as simple as feeling the pen glide upon a quality paper is truly great in this age when everything is digital. Being able to physically scratch off the to-do list feels that much more rewarding. To know it's there within my book and not up in the cloud or where other eyes can pry upon it. The pattern of taking the time to write, to think, and to recount the day has brought a lot of time into my own life. Maybe in the sense that my memory is working better, that I have a concrete evidence of the days I had. Just by strengthening that part of my brain, I've helped elongate my days. It's peaceful, it's helpful, and it's good for my soul. My next tip would be listening to audiobooks or watching videos at 1x speed. Now look, I'm all for digesting knowledge-based content at 2x speed and studying, but there are certain subjects where I'd like to appreciate the art and craftsmanship. I've been listening to the Hobbit audiobook voiced by Andy Serkis. If you haven't blessed yourself with it, I do recommend. It's truly magical. The rawness and effort he puts into all voices is remarkable. I wouldn't be able to hear the croaks and cracks in his voice if it was fast-paced. I wouldn't appreciate it as much. But by enjoying art at a slow pace, I can take the time to enjoy all parts of life in a slow aspect. Those pauses at 2x speed would only be a few seconds, but if it was at 1x speed, I would have time to digest and to have that pause, to think, to breathe, to appreciate and acknowledge. So that's just some food for thought. The final tip is to find moments of being present. This one may seem a bit up in the air and a bit strange, but it does play a part. There is so much to think about in this world. All the tasks ahead, reviewing your performance, money, drama, whatever it may be. But if you take a moment or several moments throughout the day to be present, you can feel the length of the day a little bit better. The feel of the steering wheel gliding through your hands, the smell and breeze of a summer day, the grumble of your belly and the first bite of a dinner well earned. If you take these moments to appreciate, to be present, you can start to be thankful a lot more. You really get a sense of what you love and what you enjoy, and you choose to spend your days doing them. These are just some of the things I've been trying to do as of late to slow down time. I'm almost approaching 30, and some days I ask, where has the time gone? If you blink, it'll disappear. Before you know it, you haven't spoken to that friend in a few weeks, you haven't seen family in a few months, and you haven't taken a moment for yourself in a little while. Putting God first has really put a lot of things into perspective for myself. If you care so importantly about your time and your attention, the life you live, then these are some of the things you should be doing. If you have any other good tips that I might have missed, then please let me know. I'd love to try to start adopting them and putting them into my daily habit. If I've given you something of value to think about, then please let me know. Let's discuss. As always, I'm Jaden Connolly. Thank you for watching.